Arbitrum has been one of the best performing coins in the top 100 this week. Now when you look at the developments over the past week or so, it's clear to see why. Let's dive into it. First of all, this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, it's for entertainment purposes only. Arbitrum has gained nearly 8% over the past 24 hours after Robinhood expanded support for its newly launched Layer 2 network inside of Robinhood Wallet, whilst also introducing a revenue sharing structure that directs part of the chain's earnings back to the Arbitrum ecosystem. The integration follows the public launch of Robinhood Chain, which is an Ethereum Layer 2 built using Arbitrum's technology stack. Now, beyond adding another supporting network to the wallet, the launch also activates Arbitrum's expansion program, which requires Layer 2 chains built with Arbitrum's technology that settle out of Arbitrum 1 or Nova to contribute 10% of their net protocol revenue to the ecosystem. Under the arrangement, 8% of the revenue flows into the Arbitrum DAO treasury, while the remaining 2% is allocated to the Arbitrum Developer Guild to support protocol development. Off-Chain Labs said that the revenue comes from sequence of profits and could also include proceeds generated through Time Boost, which is Arbitrum's mechanism for capturing mevbots. Now already the model seems to be generating great value. In the first week, Robinhood Chain has processed about 4 million transactions, and Off-Chain Labs estimates they've generated roughly $57,000 in protocol revenue already. Now for ARB holders, this model introduced a more direct connection between ecosystem activity and governance. Because the DAO treasury is controlled by ARB token holders, every additional Orbit chain operating under the expansion program increases the pool of assets managed, which addresses long-standing criticism that governance tokens lacked a clear economic link to network usage. Robinhood's rollout also provides what Off-Chain Lab described as a repeatable framework for financial institutions entering blockchain infrastructure. Now let's get into why this is super bullish for Arbitrum. For starters, Robinhood could have chose any other Ethereum Layer 2 to conduct their business on. You've got chains like Base, Optimism, ZK Sync, Polygon, Scroll and a few more, but they chose Arbitrum. This could potentially show that Arbitrum is a better option for institutions over other Layer 2 options. It also proves that institutions do trust Arbitrum. Robinhood isn't just a crypto startup, it's a publicly traded company with millions of users. Now, large companies care about reliability, security, scalability, and regulatory readiness. And that's why Robinhood have gone with Arbitrum. And also, if Robinhood is comfortable building there, other institutions in the future will be also comfortable building there. Another massive bonus now is that Arbitrum earns revenue directly from Robinhood. This is probably the biggest point in my opinion. Due to the Arbitrum expansion program, 10% of all Robinhood Chain's net protocol revenue goes straight back into the Arbitrum ecosystem. Now, about 8% of that 10% goes into the Arbitrum DAO, but 2% of that goes towards ecosystem development for future projects. This is massive, as when more people use Robinhood's chain, more revenue will now come back into the Arbitrum ecosystem. Another massive thing that people may be overlooking, that this is now a repeatable business model. Robinhood have shown that it works, they've shown that Arbitrum are reliable, and they are the best option amongst other Layer 2s. If another company builds using Arbitrum Orbit, it will bring more revenue back into the Arbitrum ecosystem, and it may lead to another company and another company and another company, so on. It creates a snowball effect, and it all just leads back to more revenue coming back into the ecosystem. It's really bullish system that they've got going on. And underpinning it all, it's real world adoption. Crypto loves giving announcements, but this is an actual use case for the chain. And just the fact that Robinhood has processed millions of transactions within the first week, it shows that people are actually using the chain rather than it just being another press release. Now the second piece of news is Secret's migration to Arbitrum from Cosmos. Before we get into it, if you are enjoying the video, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos, and hit the like button if you are enjoying it. Now the Secret Network has announced it is planning to shift its Secret token from the Cosmos chain to the Arbitrum one. Now the reason they're doing this reportedly is due to liabilities of failing liquidity within the Cosmos chain, weaker infrastructure and security threats driven by artificial intelligence. Now with the artificial intelligence threat, the team referred to a recent bridge incident. They said that if it was just with the Secret chain, the hack wouldn't have occurred, but due to it interacting with older technology, it made it a lot easier for AI to hack into the system, basically. The secret network said progress in the artificial intelligence area now makes it easier to spot vulnerabilities in legacy code. With the ongoing sophistication of AI tools, smaller ecosystems with fewer developer contributions may become more vulnerable to security challenges. Now, why was Arbitrum chosen? In addition to the security problem, Secret Network notes that Cosmos ecosystem is not as conducive with liquidity and developer momentum as it used to be. Arbitrum, on the other hand, offers better DeFi liquidity as well as wallet and exchange support. The team believes these advantages can help improve Secret's long-term accessibility. The proposal also confirms that Secret Labs will end official support for the Cosmos-based Secret Network on September 1st, 2026. Now, why is this bullish for the Arbitrum token and the Arbitrum ecosystem? It's bullish as another blockchain is choosing Arbitrum. Secret Network isn't just launching another small application. It's proposing to move its entire ecosystem from the Cosmos chain onto the Arbitrum chain. It's done this as it believes Arbitrum offers better liquidity, tooling, wallet support, and exchange integration. It appears Arbitrum is becoming the place builders want to be. And due to Secret choosing Arbitrum over other networks to bridge onto, it tells you Arbitrum has built quite the name for itself in the crypto space. And another bullish thing is more projects on Arbitrum means more volume and more ecosystem usage. Now, the third piece of bullish news is a massive whale buy that occurred the other day. The other day, an on-chain analysis flagged a wallet that bridged 1,500 ETH to Arbitrum, used it as collateral to borrow 2.1 million USDC, and then bought roughly $1.9 million of Arbitrum in a single swap. Now, this aggressive order was estimated to push up Arbitrum by 4% on its own. So, why is this bullish? First of all, someone with massive capital is clearly betting on Arbitrum going forward. The biggest takeaway isn't necessarily the size though, it's the conviction behind it. For someone to put 1,500 Ethereum behind one trade, they have to have massive levels of confidence behind the Arbitrum token's future. Another thing to think about is people with that sort of money, whales, do extensive research before buying projects. Large investors like that very rarely buy based off emotion. Before deploying money like that, they very often research ecosystem developments, upcoming catalysts, tokenomics, on-chain metrics, and overall market positioning. Now, it doesn't mean that they're right about Arbitrum, but it does mean they're liking what they're seeing. The timing of the buy is also interesting. This whale didn't buy in isolation. They bought after some big news had already occurred. This news was around the Robinhood Chain launching and the revenue share model, and the price was already up at the time of buying. This suggests that the buyer does believe it will continue to rise from this point, and maybe that the market was still underestimating the sheer size of that announcement and partnership. Another thing to note as well is large buys attract attention from other large buyers. Crypto is heavily influenced by sentiment. When traders notice a large wallet buy something, they begin asking, what does this whale know that I don't know? This typically does encourage further buy-in from other people. Creates a sort of snowball effect. Now, the last thing that happened over the last week or so is Aave's GHO stablecoin has now launched on Arbitrum. Why is this bullish? The more liquidity that comes onto the Arbitrum chain, the stronger the chain actually gets. And every successful stablecoin brings liquidity. More liquidity means easier trading, more lending, lower slippage, healthier DeFi markets, and more reason overall for the users to stay on the network itself. It's bullish for Aave, but it's also bullish for Arbitrum, as it's another major DeFi platform that's committing to Arbitrum going forward. Aave could have focused its expansion elsewhere, but it didn't. Just like Robinhood, it chose Arbitrum over competitors. More and more projects and real-world companies and institutions going forward are moving clearly towards Arbitrum. They're liking what they're seeing. And I believe going forward, Arbitrum has massive, massive upside potential. It's currently sat at $500 million market cap. And I think if we ever get a bull run with an alt season again, like we're all hoping for realistically, I think Arbitrum could easily 10x. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What can Arbitrum do going forward? Now if you did enjoy today's video, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. Leave a like so I know you enjoyed it and you got value out of it. And I'll see you in the next one.